Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early March 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Libra collective in early March? We're just moving on through the year. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra in early March. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick for my good friends. There we go. I'll take it. Yeah, energy's in the head a little bit. And again, this doesn't just have to be your energy, it could be somebody else's. But I always like the depth with this card because it looks like one thing, but it's really something else. And it's more so in the mind, more like the creative mind. It's a little dreamy, very similar to the Four of Cups. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So I love this one. It's a frequent flyer around here. It shows up for a lot of different signs all throughout the year, and it seems like it's your turn this week. And we have these little clown ballerinas, right? Where one is down here, looks like she's having a little nap. This one is walking a tightrope. And I always say, to me, they're one and the same, right? Where this one down here is daydreaming about that. So this card is good for future focus. So for some Libras, if you're looking to the horizon, trying to go towards the future and move ahead, this is a great card for that. But it does give me that in the brain, in the mind. So watch out for the overthinking. That's a downside with this card. Is it great for visualization? Yes. Is it great for manifestation? Absolutely. Is it great for meditation and going inward? Sure. This card is all about the inner world, not the outer. So I love it for anything like that. But this card can be prone to overthink. Now, I know Libra is an air sign. All air signs have those beautiful, smart, intelligent, but active minds. So when I see this card, it's like, okay, you might be in the mind a little more so than normal. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you're not only there or that you don't stay there. So great for future focus, great for imagination, a lot of inner searching, which is really good. Just watch the overthinking. So we're just going to let her chill out right there. She's having a nice little daydream. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time for my lovely Libras. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Ooh, it felt wild, my good friends. And the reading was titled A Wild Warning. I think it's the first time I ever used that title. And it didn't necessarily feel like bad, like all the Libras are going to lose it. It didn't feel like that to me. It didn't feel unhinged, but to me it did feel unshackled. We'll put it that way. So again, whether you're dealing with some wild stuff, maybe you've been feeling very intense, the energy itself felt a little out of control. So just watch out. That energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my lovely Libras. What do we got for our good friends? Okay. 6 of Wands, that's good. That's a great start. I love me some 6 of Wands. We'll get that tucked in. That could actually be really, really good for you. Let's get a couple more. What do we got for Libra here? Cute. Knight of Wands. Cool. Lots of fire, and that's an element that works very, very well with Libra energy. Let's get one more. We got Ace of Wands, all fire. Yeah. And that can tie into this like wild feeling that I was seeing last week, because fire element is pretty wild, and we'll talk about it more in depth. But I will say, so far, so good. I like where the energy's heading. I like the direction it's going in initially. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements, because it's very important to tell us how the energy is flowing, or the areas of life that could be highlighted in this time. And I already mentioned we got all fire elements, all wands straight across the board. Now, normally I do like a little mix of elements so it's not too lopsided, and that's the only thing I'm concerned about with this, is that it's just so much fire. But Libras can deal with it, right? Like there's some signs where like fire element can make them crumble. Libra energy, it's like you can carnalize it and work with it and mold it in a proper direction. But when we speak about fire with Six of Wands, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, that is the realm of action. So I think of the actions we take, the actions other people take, the actions we want to take or plan to take are all involved here. I think of health, like physical health, vitality, energy levels. So for some of you, maybe you start feeling much better, or maybe your energy feels higher than normal. Hopefully, it's not the other way around, because with fire element, it could be either or, right? Like there's rarely an in between with fire energy. It's either high, high or low, low. So we're going to see as we peel throughout the reading. So, yeah, we think of energy levels, vitality, actions, but what's the big downside, aside from what I've already mentioned, is the volatility, the explosiveness. That's the thing with fire. It's very hard to control. So I find it interesting that last week I had this wild energy, and now we have all this fire. Again, this could be someone else you're connected to. It doesn't necessarily have to be you, but there's just a lot of intensity. That's what I'm feeling here, intensity. So let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start great. We got the Six of Wands right here in position number one. It's one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck. And I always say, when it comes to the Six of Wands, we see our pal here. It's like he's marching in a parade. He's got his little wreath. It's like he's being celebrated, right? So to me, this is a card of complete and total victory. So when I see it, this could be a whole host of different wins or victories coming in. So whether it's work related, personal relationship, health, and wellness, that's a big thing with the fire element. So for a lot of Libras, great. This is very much claimable, hopefully. This is a great card for recognition. So whether it's something you're searching for or just something you receive, it's like recognition, kudos for the things you do, the hard work you've done. This to me is an energy that pays off for you. It's great for attention as well. So like if you've been in hermit mode for a while, this is a good energy where it's like, I'm in the spotlight. This is great for any social media type of stuff as well. So I love the visibility of the Six of Wands, but what might be the downside? This can sometimes represent the ego. If you are connected to someone that has a little bit of an inflated ego, the Six of Wands can represent somebody that feels like they can do no wrong, that they're always right no matter what. It's an energy that can be a little self-absorbed. So that's just something to watch out for. Not saying that to you, but I like to give both sides of the coin. Now, moving to the center, we keep it moving, we keep it going, where it's like we have this victory card, and then boom, we move into the Knight of Wands. Beautiful. So this could be a fire sign that you're connected to energetically. It could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Now, when it comes to all knights, I say to me they represent action and communication. Like just to put a simplistic lens on it. And the Knight of Wands not only is an action card, but it's the action suit. So it's someone that's doing something or really wants to do something, and they're doing it quick and not overthinking. That's the one thing. And now, as far as personality traits go, the Knight of Wands could be very outgoing, life of the party. This could be someone that does get a lot of spotlight. So I like the Knight of Wands. It's fast, it's fiery, it does what it needs to do. So I'm liking it initially. I'm a little biased because I'm a fire sign, but I love the Knight of Wands. Now, the downside to this is a card that can go completely wild. This is a card that could go off the rails. So we're going to see how it all plays out, because the Knight of Wands, it's an energy that can just completely be unpredictable. So we'll see what's up with him. And sometimes it could even be aggressive, a little too aggressive. So like we do have this underlying tension in the energy with the Six of Wands, Knight of Wands, where this energy could be a little too pushy. So watch out for any situations or people that you feel like they're pressuring too much or they're a little too pushy. But so far, so good for the most part. Now moving to the back end, we got the Ace of Wands. Beautiful. I would say with all aces, they represent offers, opportunities, and they're huge for communication. Pardon me. So it's like we have double the action. We have double the communication when we have the Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. It's great. I'm getting a little frog in the throat. Don't mind me. But the thing that's different with this Ace of Wands, it's more about your motivation, your passion, the drive within you, and your energy levels. So again, you need to watch your energy levels and see where they're at in this time, whether you're feeling zapped or whether you're feeling higher than you normally are. The Ace of Wands is great. Very fiery for communication. There's like not a lot of delays initially. Remember, we still have to clarify it all. The only downside to all aces is that they could be a little flighty. They could be an energy that they're here one second, gone the next. Not the most reliable where aces have a lot of potential, tons of energetic potential, but you got to reach for it. Like if you want that potential, where it's like, this looks good, but this needs to happen before I get this. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Libra. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here for my friends. What do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Six of Wands. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Six of Wands time. What's it doing? Let's get this card out quick. Okay. Worth the wait. Something being very much worth the wait. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, where it's like, either it's one of two things to me. Either this is something that pays off for you, so whether it's a process you're going through, work that you're putting in. The Seven of Pentacles is very karmic, and to me it's something that pays off in the long run. So for a lot of you, yes, could this be an absolute win, victory, triumph? Yes, or something paying off in a very big way. But the initial message I'm getting here is like, that was worth it. That was worth the wait, or that was worth the process. I'm happy I did this because now I'm here. So it's like looking back on a process and being happy that you went through with it. So I think that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful energy. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, it can also sometimes wait for somebody that's waiting. That with the Six of Wands, like for some of you, I'm not sure if there's something you've been manifesting or trying to bring in, but when I see the Six of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like I'm waiting on a sign. I'm waiting on a sign from spirit, or I'm looking for any type of movement. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So hopefully you're not getting impatient about something. Yeah, because when I get fire and earth, that could sometimes form a little bit of friction. We'll see how it moves as we go through. But my initial message here, aside from this waiting, is something being worth the wait or worth the process. And we do have like big payoffs and victories coming in. This is great for work too. So let's keep going. Big karmic energy, karmic rewards as well. All right, let's go in on the Knight of Wands. Let's see what that has. So far, so good, Libra. So far, so good. But let's see what the Knight of Wands has for you. So why is he here? Really want to get to the Ace of Wands too. Where's that Knight of Wands here? Okay. All right. So the Emperor. I like the Emperor, because again, that's a part of your twin sign, right? Not Libra. Libra and Aries are on the same zodiacal axis. So like on the zodiac wheel, we got Libra, and Aries is right across the way. So it does have that yin yang aspect to it. Now the Emperor is more about control. That's a big, and that's a simplification, of course. So again, if you're connected to an Aries, they're showing up here big time. But if you're not connected to an Aries, the Emperor is the King of Kings. It's all about directed intention, directed intent. If I'm going to take an action, I know what I'm going to do before I do it. So there is this like little strategic energy. I like where the energy is being placed. That's another thing I can say. Great for physical activity and vitality in general. This is looking really good. But yeah, the Emperor in the upright underneath this Knight of Wands. Either this is somebody hyper focusing on something, or resisting. That's another thing, because remember, like in the rougher sense, like the Emperor, it could try to restrain, it could try to refrain. So there is this little bit of tension in the energy, like with the Six of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles. Those energies rub together. The Knight of Wands wants to do something, it wants to say something, it wants to speak its mind. The Emperor is like, not so quick, not so fast. So I'm not sure for some Libras if there is something that you're refraining from doing, something that you're refraining from saying, or this could be somebody else where it's like, I want to do this, but maybe I shouldn't. So like there's this restraint or refraining energy. But do I think it's bad? No, because I do think in the end the energy looks like it's moving in a great direction, where sometimes restraint pays dividends down the line, even if it's not pleasant at the time. I hope that makes sense. But we're just going to keep going. I like the fiery energy. The only thing this could be difficult, or most difficult, with when I see the Knight of Wands with the Emperor clarifying it. You know, when someone always wants you to do something their way, where it's like, no, it has to be this way. It has to be this way. There's an energy here that I feel tension with that. So if you're connected to someone that's a little too bossy or a little too controlling, That's what this energy could be. But let's keep going. There is this restraint. So I'm not sure if it's you that want to do something and you're holding back, or if it's somebody else that wants to do something and they're holding back. Let's see what's up with the ace. Yeah. Okay. So we got the Nine of Wands in reverse. This is absolutely a breakthrough type of energy, and I really like how this feels to me. So again, more fire. And just to point it out, 5 of the 6 cards this week are fire energy. So when I see the Ace of Wands with the Nine of Wands, this feels like an explosive breakthrough. And when it comes to refrain and restraining and holding something back, and remember I've been saying there's been this tension building that I felt here and I felt here. There's only so much you can hold back. There's only so long you can hold off from something. And that's how this feels to me, where it's like I'm pulling back a slingshot, I'm pulling, and then eventually I let it go. When we have here the Ace of Wands with the Nine of Wands in reverse. Normally, this card in the upright can represent barriers. It can represent walls. It can represent some communication issues, right? Like there's problems going on here. So I'm not sure if you're having communication issues or blockages with somebody. But when that goes in reverse, all of those things are lifted. So could this be an explosive breakthrough in a certain area of life? Absolutely, especially with the tension building. Because it feels like tension, breakthrough. I think that's really great. Could this be a conversation of some sort? Absolutely, like with the Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands in reverse. It's but it's all at once. That's the thing. So I would say when it comes to communication, watch out for anything that intensifies too quickly, because it's like I held back for so long, but now when I get my chance, it's like everything all at once. So it could be like an explosive kind of talk, but I don't feel like it's out of control. It just feels like it's intense. It's like so much at once. So let's go through and do a quick recap. You got some really great stuff here this week. Explosive breakthrough on the back end, beautiful. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Six of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. Something will pay off. This could be a big winner victory that's like well earned or long awaited. The only tension I have here is like I'm waiting on it any second, like looking for little signs that something's about to pop up into reality. But to me, I think it's worth the process, worth the wait, whatever it is. It's like you're going to be happy you did what you did. Moving to the center, we have the Knight of Wands with the Emperor in the upright. And yeah, this does feel like focused intention. There could be something that's taken up a lot of the focus of your mind right now, which could be a good thing. But this also felt like refraining or restraint, where it's like, I want to do something, but I can't do it yet. Or I want to say something, but maybe not yet. It's like giving me that kind of energy. But to me, I've been saying this feels like tension, pulling. And then boom, we get the breakthrough. The Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands in reverse underneath. So to me, this is like an explosive breakthrough of some kind. So whether it comes in the form of communication or action that somebody takes, it just feels like it's a lot at once. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. I feel like you can vibe well with fire energy. But to me, it's just very intense when it finally breaks through. So keep that in mind. That could be in a variety of different areas of life. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. Are we going to get more fire? Let's see. Let's see. Thank you. No more fire. Cool. So we have the Hermit in the shadows. Okay, and the Hermit, big Virgo vibes. That's your zodiacal neighbor, and this is the total opposite of all this fire action that we have going on. Now, the good thing about the Hermit is that it's usually very wise. It's an inward facing energy, just like we saw with the first Oracle card. So, for a lot of Libras, you might be doing a lot of inner exploration. But the thing with the Hermit, it's retracted, it's pulled back, it's very private. So, for some of you, that might just be the mode you're in right now, where it's like, I don't really feel like dealing with that right now, or I don't really feel like dealing with people right now. This is a very private type of energy. But the shadow side of the Hermit is self isolation and loneliness. Okay. So that's just something to be aware of. That's something to watch out for in this time. Again, no judgment here, regardless of what you got going on. But when I see the Hermit in the shadows, it's either I'm longing for something, I'm self isolating, or I'm missing someone. So we're just going to put the Hermit down right there. It's definitely an inward facing energy. But yeah, Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight into your situation and you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March calendar is live and spots go quick, so you could go check that out. But for the March subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 subscribers to win either a copy of the Everyday Witches Tarot, beautiful deck, or a handmade crystal pendant, which I showcase at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what zodiac signs do you get along best with? Which ones are your favorite? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.